Senior citizen celebrities you didn't know are still alive and well. Lee Majors, 79 years old. In the 80's, Lee Majors was one of the biggest stars. He was made popular by his appearance in The Fall Guy and The $6 Million Man. He used to be in a high-profile relationship with Farrah Fawcett. The two eventually divorced, but Majors got in touch when he heard she was dying of cancer. He remains active in Hollywood. Priscilla Presley, 73 years old. Priscilla Presley was a teenage girl when she met Elvis Presley. They eventually married, had a daughter, and then divorced in 1973. She started acting after the divorce and launched a couple of businesses. Elvis only left their daughter $1 million, but Priscilla found a way to increase it to $100 million. Lindsay Wagner, 69 years old. We doubt anyone will ever forget Lindsay Wagner, aka the Bionic Woman. She played Jamie Summers in Bionic Woman and delivered a great performance. She is still passionate about the industry even though she is no longer active in Hollywood. She now teaches at the San Bernardino Valley College and wrote self-help books. Kim Novak, 85 years old. Kim Novak has starred in various Hollywood films with the likes of Frank Sinatra, Fred MacMurray, and William Holden. However, her most popular performance was in the Hitchcock film, Vertigo. She retired not long after this to focus on visual art, her other passion. If you think she looks different from before, you might take comfort in the fact that she has allegedly gone under the knife. Victoria Principal, 68 years old. There is no way we could forget Pamela Barnes Ewing. Victoria Principal was shot into stardom when she appeared in Dallas. Armed with a beautiful face and gorgeous figure, she made it big in no time. She started her own skincare product line and released books about beauty, wellness, and fitness. Billie Jean King. In the now famous 1973 Battle of the Sexes, tennis legend Bobby Riggs was pitted against another legend, Billie Jean King. When she emerged as the winner, King shot to fame as well as amassed a fortune. In 1981, King became the first ever female athlete to admit publicly that she was gay, and in 1987, she divorced Larry King. In addition, she was inducted into the International Tennis Hall of Fame, and the famous 1973 tennis match will be made into a movie starring Emma Stone as King. Anne Margaret. Anne Margaret is probably best known for the movie adaptation of Bye Bye Birdie, where she played the breakout role of Kim McAfee. However, she's still active in the industry. In 2017, she played Annie in the film Going in Style, alongside Morgan Freeman, and in 2018, she portrayed Barbara in Papa. Anne Margaret has also received a Grammy nomination. Debbie Harry. Born Angela Tremble, Debbie Harry is the singer who leads the band Blondie. In 1976, they released their first record to great acclaim, but after some time in the industry, they took a break for 15 years, only starting to make music again in the year 1997. Harry was inspired by Elton John's devotion to charity, so she now also works to fight endometriosis and cancer. She said, after witnessing Elton John and his tireless efforts against HIV/AIDS. These things are important to my life now. I have the privilege of being able to get involved, so I do. I applaud people like Elton John, who have used their position to do so much good. Jane Seymour. Jane Seymour played solitaire in Live and Let Die, and from there, she launched quite a successful career. Seymour starred in films such as The Four Feathers and Battlestar Galactica, has penned a number of self-help books, and even works to help victims of child abuse and neglect. When Playboy interviewed her, she mentioned that she also experienced harassment from a Hollywood producer during the 1970s. In 2018, at 67 years old, Seymour was the oldest woman who posed for the magazine. Diane Keaton. Despite making her official debut in The Godfather as Kay, Diane Keaton is best known for the work she has done with Woody Allen. She acted in a number of his movies, including Annie Hall, Love and Death, Sleeper, and Play It Again Sam. She even won an Academy Award for her performance in Annie Hall. She enjoys a successful career, acting in films like The Family Stone, Father of the Bride, and The First Wives Club, aside from working as an author, real estate developer, photographer, and even the occasional singer. Faye Dunaway. Faye Dunaway started her career on Broadway, but in 1967, she made her debut on the big screen with the movie The Happening. However, what truly launched her career was her portrayal of the character Bonnie in the film Bonnie and Clyde, for which she won an Oscar. Dunaway most recently starred in the movie Inconceivable alongside Nicolas Cage and Gina Gershon. Despite being very private, Dunaway is known to have been married twice. Her second husband was Terry O'Neill, but they divorced, and they have a son together. Diana Ross. The legendary Diana Ross was the Supremes' lead singer before she launched a very successful solo career and released singles like Ain't No Mountain High Enough and Reach Out and Touch Somebody's Hand. She has also acted in movies. The Supremes were recently inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and they are still considered to be among the best in America. In 2016, President Barack Obama awarded Diana Ross with the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Sybil Shepherd. Another multi-talented celeb on this list is Sybil Shepherd. She started her career in 1971 when she appeared in the movie The Last Picture Show. She then appeared in The Heartbreak Kid and Taxi Driver. She also ventured into Broadway in 2012 in The Best Man alongside James Earl Jones, aside from playing in shows such as The L Word, Psycho, and Rose, which included Pam Grier and James Brolin. Agnetha Faltskog. The Swedish pop sensation ABBA is one of the few bands who has had so much influence in the world. The band's hits include Dancing Queen and Waterloo, which have been entertaining listeners for many decades. Agnetha Faltskog, one of the As in ABBA, got her big break when she joined the band, but unfortunately, they broke up in the 1980s. After more than 35 years, however, ABBA made and released new music. Faltskog, on the other hand, found some success when she went solo, and in 2016, she wrote an autobiography. Carly Simon. Carly Simon's first album was released in 1971 and it included the popular single That's the Way I've Always Heard It Should Be. It was such a big hit that she released another album within only a few months. However, Simon only experienced true stardom when she released the hit song You're So Vain in 1972. Simon continues to perform to this day, recently toured with Taylor Swift, and wrote a memoir in 2015, which included details about her childhood and her failed marriage to fellow singer James Taylor. Sigourney Weaver. Sigourney Weaver got started in Woody Allen's Annie Hall, but despite her playing only a minor role, the exposure aided her in landing her major role in the Alien franchise, which spanned several movies. She also starred in movies like Ghostbusters, Holes, and Avatar. She also performed on Broadway and was nominated for a Tony. Joe Pesci. Joe Pesci was first noticed as a child, so he got started in the business at a young age. His first notable role was in the film Raging Bull. Since it would take us all day to mention his work, we'll name a select top few. He starred in Goodfellas, Casino, Easy Money, Once Upon a Time in America, Lethal Weapon 2 and 3 and Home Alone. Impressive to say the least. Tony Danza. Did you know that Tony Danza's real name is Antonio Salvatore Idanza? The actor made a name for himself when he appeared on Taxi and Who's the Boss? He also took home an Emmy and 4 Golden Globes. He is still active in Hollywood, though he has not landed a leading role recently. Rebecca De Mornay. Rebecca De Mornay first made it big in Hollywood when she landed the part of Lana in the 1983 crime film Risky Business. She has since appeared in many projects over the years, including 80's classics such as Runaway Train and The Trip to Bountiful. She remains active in the industry at the present. Melanie Griffith. Melanie Griffith has actually been active in the industry since 1969, though her breakthrough only happened in 1984. We are talking about her performance in Body Double. She has enjoyed a successful and lengthy career since then. More recently, she appeared in Dabka, 2017. Stan Lee, 95 years old. It takes a very special and talented person to create the brilliance of comic characters like the Incredible Hulk, Spider-Man, Captain America, and Thor. Stan Lee has had his fair share of fame and success, and rightfully so. He has always kept his fans on their toes by making cameos in the Marvel movies. Bolo Yeung, 72 years old. Bolo Yeung is a retired competitive bodybuilder, martial artist, and martial arts film actor. In the films he stars in, he is usually cast as the villain. He is best known for his performances in Enter the Dragon with Bruce Lee, Bloodsport with Jean-Claude Van Damme, and Blood Fight with Yasuaki Kurata and Simon Yam. Bolo is currently 72 years old and is still active in the industry.